Do continue to bring you rolling news on our top story on the coronavirus, and our reporter Karinda Jagvahan brings us some reactions from the local community of Hilton in Pietermaritzburg on the first confirmed case of the virus in South Africa. A very good afternoon to you, Karinda. How has the reception been like in Hilton and specifically in the KZN area?
Good afternoon to you. While residents are now, of course, concerned over what we're hearing with regards to the first confirmed case of COVID-19, I'm outside the Cowan House Preparatory School, where you can see dozens of cars entering the school. In fact, I just want to tell you that the car we're about to show you, the Range Rover, is actually that of our KwaZulu-Natal Health MEC. She'll be joining this meeting that will take place at the school. The health department, as well as officials of the NICD, are meeting with parents of children in this Hilton area who go to schools in this Hilton area, as well as residents, just to talk more about this case that's been confirmed, about what the department is doing here to quarantine affected people. We understand that since Friday, tracer teams have been on the ground in Hilton, speaking to those who have been in contact with the affected patient, just to quarantine them, to test them, to ensure that they have no symptoms of the virus, to ensure that there is no spread of COVID-19 in Hilton. Now, what's happening here is right now these parents are meeting with management of Cowan House Preparatory School, and this is because two of the school pupils are actually the children of the infected patient. Of course, that is why there's cause for concern. Other schools in the area have also sent out statements. So because, of course, of the way children interact in schools, parents are extremely concerned, residents concerned as well, because this is a small community, so they just want to understand that they are safe here. I just also want to touch on the international stats we are seeing, which is the reason for this major concern, because of the media reports that are currently, of course, being seen internationally. The confirmed cases have reached or surpassed the 98,000 mark. Over 3,000 people globally have passed away from COVID-19 across at least 15 countries, but at least 55,000 people have recovered, and that's according to the World Health Organization, who says that at least 80% of people who are confirmed to have COVID-19 recover from this case. So there is no cause to panic at this moment. It's just important to self-isolate. I also want to tell you that in KZN, one of the men who was traveling with the infected patient, with the group of travelers to Italy for a ski trip, has isolated himself as well as his Mount Edgecombe home. Newzroom Afrika has spoken to the estate manager, Desiree Stone. She has confirmed with us that indeed this is the case. Movement in and out of the Mount Edgecombe estate, which is in Durban, has been, of course, stopped just for the time being, as this man is yet to be tested. This is not a confirmed case of coronavirus. This man is simply isolating himself just to ensure that should he have any symptoms of this disease, it can be tested, and there's no risk of any further, of course, spreading of COVID-19.
Now, Karinda, the young children at the school who are the children of the man who has the coronavirus, they too have been tested. If you could just confirm to us what their status is. The last that we heard, they were showing no symptoms.
Yes, that is still the case. Of course, there will be a media briefing at around 2 o'clock with the Minister of Health and officials from the NICD. They will just confirm further to us about the status, the health status of the patient, his wife, his children, and the other travelers. As of this point, we understand that the wife of the infected patient, as well as his children, have not tested positive yet. But we still need proper clarity from the Minister of Health on this, as well as the rest of the travelers, and of course the entry points of South Africa, our airports. these are questions that the residents here also have for the health department, is how was this case allowed to be passed through? I must also tell you that I have been speaking to residents of KZN, specifically in Durban, and many of them have relayed concerns. In fact, we spoke to a group of travelers who came to Durban from Gauteng, and they said that they were not asked any questions about their travel arrangements. No masks were being handed out, but they wanted to leave KZN as soon as they could because, of course, of those fears and those news reports. But again, officials here are saying there's no cause for panic, but still must get answers on how one case was allowed to be come into the country.
And is the school closed until further notice? Is there an indication of when it might reopen at this point?
Yes, indeed. The school has been closed for the day. Extracurricular activities have been stopped as well over the weekend. The school is preparing to open on Monday, but this still must be confirmed, of course, with the school itself. I also want to tell you that schools around the area, including Hilton College, have also closed their doors for the day. This just to allow for this meeting to take place, for the parents, the residents of this area to come to terms and to engage with their local councillors, the Department of Health officials, to understand, of course, how they can protect their own community. And that is really why essentially workflow in this Hilton area has come to a standstill this afternoon, just so residents can get clarity on the well-being of their community.
Thank you very much. That's our reporter Karinda Jagmohan on the ground in Hilton, Pietermaritzburg.